All right. So as you know, this week is Sigma Small Business Week, and we have the great opportunity, and I have the privilege to introduce Tina from Tru Blu Designs. So Tina, before we get started, I just wanted to really thank you so much for being a vendor at our annual Friends and Family Barbecue. On behalf of my brothers of Kappa Alpha Sigma chapter, we appreciate you and thank you for being a vendor.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I have been supporting Kappa Alpha Sigma since I started the business in 2009. They have been big supporters of the company, and I really appreciate all of you.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we're just going to jump right in. So the first question I have for you, Tina, is just introduce yourself and share with us your company's name and the products and services you provide.
Okay. Well, I'm Tina Dawson. I'm the owner of Tru Blu Designs. I've been in Atlanta since the third grade, graduated from Columbia High School. So I'm originally from California, but everybody tells me to stop telling that story because I've been here since the third grade. And so I'm a peach. So
yes.
and became your sister, a Zeta from West Georgia College in winter '88. And in 2009, I just want to tell a little story right quick. So in 2009, a fraternity brother had asked me to go find him a silicone bracelet. And so I said, well, I'm going out that day. I'll find you one. So we go to a particular place that is still open today. And when I walked in, all of the other D9 were hanging up real fresh, nice, crisp. But the Sigma and Zeta items were in a corner on the floor. Whoa. And I lost it. I lost it in the store. Now, the owner's uncle was actually working the store, and I know he probably thought I was a little bit, crazy. But I explained to him how that was just so disrespectful. There was a chair sitting in the corner. Why didn't you just put them in the chair? Why were they on the floor?
Right.
So I went on my way home. I stopped by a brother's house because I called him. I was so upset. And I stopped by his house because it was on the way. Yeah. And I told him what happened. And I said, they're going to mess around and make me start my own company. Wow. And it was formed in 2009. So
wow, that's an awesome story. So someone's mistake was your blessing because now Tru Blu Designs is the place to go.
Yes. And, at the time, people were telling me that, people service either all of the D9 or they only service a few. And a lot of people were telling me that, and some didn't even know I was Greek, was telling me that, Zetas and Sigmas don't buy, don't even waste your time, right? Mm-hmm. And what they did not understand is that because we're constitutionally bound, yes, you have double buying power. And you have two organizations that you can serve, not just one. And not only that, you have auxiliaries and different things that are in the organization.
Absolutely.
So their negative mind thought was my blessing.
Yes,
and
yes.
So, I said, why don't I serve the two organizations that I know and I care about? And so it was created to give Sigmas and Zetas a platform of expression.
Yeah, okay.
That's the whole reason why it was created. But in 2014, I rebranded myself because the original name of the company was Tru Blu Greek Designs. Mm-hmm. And just because I had the word Greek in it, I kind of pigeonholed myself. And so people would come to me and say, hey, Sarah Dawson, do you know anybody who does XYZ? And I'm like, I do that. I never would have thought about. The only thing I thought about was you did one thing. Yeah. So I heard that enough and I rebranded myself in 2014, took the word Greek out, and my company scaled and took off.
Wow. That's awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that answer, you kind of really talked about everything. But I would like for you to share some of your products and services that you do provide.
Okay. And like I said, in 2014, when I scaled, I can really answer this question now. Because probably some years ago, I can only tell you a couple of things.
Right.
But we do Let me turn off my phone. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all.
Sorry about that.
All right.
It was going to ring through the interview. So I do provide Greek paraphernalia to Sigmas and Zetas, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated and Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. But not only that, I do a lot of business with churches, schools, sports teams, and my heart is with small business branding. Wow. So that's a little bit of what I can do.
All right. That's awesome. Awesome. So my next question is like, what made you, well, and you kind of answered this already, decide to start your own business? And I guess that's because of going to that one location and they had our stuff on the floor and it encouraged you to be able to like, hey, I want to serve the fraternity and the sorority I love and be able to give back. So, yeah.
Right. So, you know, when I was younger, my mother was an entrepreneur. And at the time when you're a kid, you don't understand that. You just know that she's busy and she's giving you all these things to do. And she had quite a few, now that I'm older and looking back, she had quite a few businesses. And my first business was, I'm actually a serialpreneur. So I have more than one company. But in 1998, I became a real estate agent. And in 2001, I became a real estate broker. So I actually have my own firm. And I think the reason why being self-employed kind of fits me is because I have a heart of a servant. I love serving people, and all of the businesses that I have, they have that one thing in common. You know, I can meet a need and serve people in different, you know, in different genres or wherever they, you know, need help. And I think it's very key that when you're going to, or you're thinking about going into business, I always tell people this one thing, you know, what's in your hand? Always think about that. Not what your aunt said you're good at, not what's in your hand. What is in your hand that makes you smile, that you really enjoy doing, you know, that you would do it whether or not you get paid. You know, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be where you need to go into business. And I tell people, it's really just that close to you. What's in your hand?
Wow, that's awesome. Awesome. Well, that's the next question I have for you is like, how do you set your business apart from others in the same field?
I think the answer to that question is I educate my clients through the entire process. Wow. Like, for example, I got a call today and a lady wanted a quote. And she asked for a red shirt with black writing. So some people would have taken that call and said, I'll give you what you want. And, you know, here's the price. But I took the time out to educate her and let her know that, ma'am, dark on dark washes out and light on light washes out. So if you put black writing on a red shirt, you will be able to read it when you're real close up on people. But the further you get, you're not going to be able to read it. Why? Because dark cancels out dark and light cancels out light. Now, I didn't have to take the time to educate her, right? So even if she doesn't call me back after I gave her the quote, I felt good because I educated her. And maybe whoever else she calls, she can ask the same thing or compare whether or not that person went into detail like me. So I think what sets me apart is I take the time out to educate every customer, every potential customer that I have. And I think that goes back to me having a servant's heart and wanting to serve, you know, the community. Education is everything. And I have this quote. Yes, knowledge is power. But I forgot my own quote. Knowledge is power, but applied knowledge brings transformation. Right?
Oh, I like that.
Right. So knowledge is power. But if you do not apply the knowledge that you have gotten, your life will never be transformed. Wow. So I try to get people to understand that, you can go with Jimmy, but ask these questions when you're talking to Jimmy, and hopefully Jimmy will tell you the same thing that I did. you know.
Yeah.
And so and it can't be about the money. It has to be about the need. It has to be about fulfilling the need. And then once you do that, the money comes after. And
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of that.
And it's proven. You're proving it. Having that pure heart and a heart of a servant, educating, and then you have, I know for sure the brothers of my fraternity is always coming back, and I know you got plenty of return customers. So we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. And the next question I have is kind of a two-part question.
Okay.
Like, what is the easiest, what is the most difficult part of being an entrepreneur? And what's one of your favorite things about being an entrepreneur?
Okay. The difficult part is it's just me.
Okay.
And so March of 2024, I would have been doing this one business for 15 years.
Wow.
15 years. Can you believe that? It was just like yesterday.
Yeah.
But when you're by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
You can't get everything done. So something goes lacking.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, I had to realize that I had to create a toolbox and start putting tools in the toolbox. So I end up hiring a bookkeeper. That was a tool in my toolbox, right?
Yeah.
I end up getting QuickBooks. That was a tool in my toolbox. So I had to create a team that where I was lacking, those tools in the toolbox would pick up my lack, and then we're all together and we all win. So that's the hardest thing, because it's just you, right? And you know something has to go lacking because you can't do it all.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with scheduling your day and making sure that you're productive, focus, and making sure that you're productive as much as you can each day. The thing that I like the best is the light bulb that goes off.
Okay.
When I educate my clients and the light bulb goes off, or when I give them the product, the end product, and they open it up in front of me and they do a jig, they do a little dance. That makes me pop my collar. Okay, I got this one right?
Yeah.
Or if I send it to them, they enjoy it so much, they take the time out to say thank you. That is the best part. That's how I know I got it right.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, if something happened with delays, and this is another thing that sets me apart, I think. If something happens with delays or anything that'll delay the process to getting the end product to my customer, I overly communicate, and B, I send gifts. So it doesn't have to be anything big. No. But if I delay you, then I think that I should, if I really valued your business, then why not put a little extra in the bag as a way to say thank you? And I'll tell you the story right quick. So there was a chapter in Columbus, and they had ordered some stuff online, but they ordered right before Conclave. Okay. You can only imagine.
Yes.
So I explained to them that it's going to have to be when we get back. Well, if you attended Conclave, if you got back, you were exhausted. Yes. Everybody, whether you were vending or you were attending, you were exhausted. Yes. And they were so understanding. We get it. Just get to us when you can. I made sure I put something in every package, and it was quite a few. And I put something in every package. They were just like shocked. And if you value people's if you value people as a customer, why not? What does that hurt you to put just a little something extra in the bag to say thank you? And I know that many don't, but Tru Blu Designs does.
And that's what makes you stand apart from the rest. And we see that servant heart, the education, be able to give and understanding. Customer service is big. It's really big. So we really truly appreciate that. So now we're at the part where just like tell our viewers how they can purchase your products. Tell them where they can find you online. So share that information with us.
Okay, so the name of the company is, and I got my shirt on, is Tru Blu without an E Designs.com. And you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, and my website is Tru Blu Designs www.trubluedesigns.com. And I also want to drop this little nugget into the viewers.
All right.
Since 2019, we started in the heart of the pandemic. We started an internet show, and it was created as a way to give back to my customers.
Mm-hmm.
It is a platform where just common, ordinary people can come on to talk about who they are, what they do, and give the inside of what they know. So the name of the show is Tru Blu Designs Presents The Inside Perspective. You can check us out on YouTube. It has us on Facebook page, Tru Blu Designs Presents The Inside Perspective. And it is a lot of real good information on that YouTube, just about any area you can think of. It's kind of a broad range, but it's just ordinary people, and they're able to lend their voice and their knowledge to the world. And so they're also, everybody that comes on as a guest, they're also on Spotify, iHeartRadio. I forgot, you can find that on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Play, and all of your major podcasting locations. You can find the show. And so I wanted to let everybody know that I've had such a joy in doing it. And you really don't know, people in the environment in which you met them.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, when I do these shows, people who I thought I knew, I find out that I only knew them one dimensional.
Wow.
Which is the dimension in which I met.
Yeah.
But there's so many dimensions to all of us.
So ordinary people doing extraordinary things on your show. I love it.
But you just don't know because you don't ask those questions, or you just don't have a clue. And so it's not dealing with Sigma and Zeta. It's just regular, ordinary people. So I want everybody to check out the show. It's Tru Blu Designs Presents The Inside Perspective. And if you are watching this and you want to come on the show to talk about your journey through life and to share what you know, please reach out to us, because we're looking for new show guests.
Awesome. And how can they reach out to you? What should they go to their email address or that website?
They can email me at trubluedesigns14@gmail.com, or they can call me 678-953-0355. And I would love to interview you and talk to you about your life's journey.
Awesome. With Sortino, I just want to say I thank you once again. I know we started off thanking you, but I want to thank you for sharing your time with us today, being a part of the Sigma Small Business Week, and just being a light in our lives right now. So thank you so very much.
Thank you. And I look forward to serving you in your chapter in the near future.
All right. And we look forward to being a partner with you on many things to come. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Andre Ballou, the director of Bigger and Better Business for Kappa Alpha Sigma chapter, interviewing Tina from Tru Blu Designs. Thank you.